por la noche, tu programa de política e información social comienza ahora. It's Tuesday evening, your award-winning political and information show. Listen to Me starts now. Bueno, mi gente, este es otro martes más. This is Tuesday, award-winning time for the award-winning show. Listen to Me. This is JJ Rodriguez, and thank you very much. Let me see. 1, 2, 3 testing. Are we going? Yep. Hold on. All right. Okay. Now we're here. 1, 2, 3. Just a little glitch here going on this Tuesday. Hope you had a good Easter Sunday, and we're going to jump right into it. We have somebody that on the line real quick, and we're going to be talking to her, and she's a very good friend, good Republican, and has worked in various campaigns in Central Florida. So, Brooke, how you doing, dear?
Hey, JJ, I'm doing well. How are you?
Good, my dear friend. Just want to let everybody know, can you tell us your full name, what you do, and how we became friends? I like that story.
My name is Brooke Renney. I'm a Republican political operative, and I'm also doing some nonprofit work right now, some nonprofit consulting and fundraising, which I'm really excited about. And we became friends because I tried to recruit you years ago to be a part of my grassroots operations as I was working in Central Florida. I believe I was in Polk County at the time, and you were in Orange County. So I had 9 counties within my region, and you were a name that came up that I should call. So now here we are a couple years later.
That is true. And having chewed some of the same ground here, making sure that Orange County starts turning from blue to red. And we'll do that little by little, even though some people say we got some sand kicked in our faces in the last election. But hey, we're gonna pick up and we're gonna go. At least we have a senator that is a Republican, a governor that is Republican, and we kind of did away with that free for all and give it all away from former senator and former gubernatorial candidate that's still trying to do a little bit of harm. But anyway, Brooke, let's kind of jump because I know that you're a very, very busy girl. So basically right now, what are you working on? You're working on some nonprofits, but what are you working right now? Are you in Florida? First of all, you're not in Florida, right?
No, and that's why I'm calling in today. And if you hear a little static, my apologies. And if you hear a little raspiness in my voice, traveling 3 weeks in a row here has got me a little under the weather. But I didn't want to miss the opportunity to talk to you and your listeners. No, I'm in Ohio right now trying to conduct a feasibility study for a great nonprofit organization up here. I'd like to kind of keep it on the DL, who I'm working for, just because, I like to keep my nonprofit separate from my politics. But it's a great veteran service organization here that needs to engage in some fundraising in the upcoming months. So this feasibility study will essentially tell us what their ground game will look like for an upcoming fundraising campaign.
Fantastic, Brooke. You said that you're going to be working with veterans.
The nonprofit organization that I'm doing the feasibility study for is a veteran service organization. So they do wraparound services for veterans in Ohio.
Well, fantastic, Brooke, because that kind of ties into my next question. You know that we have this freshman Congresswoman, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, that kind of said, I don't know if I know you've been busy, so I'm going to kind of bring you up to speed. She said that the VA services are first class for our veterans. Do you concur with what she said?
Repeat that for me, Jay. I'm sorry.
Basically, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez said in one of her speaking engagements that the VA, the Veterans Affairs, is treating veterans with an A-class treatment. Do you think that's true?
In dealing with a lot of veterans here and conducting a lot of interviews in Ohio, I don't know that the VA is necessarily doing a poor job. I don't work directly with the VA, so I think it would be very unfair for me to characterize them as not providing good service to veterans. But I can say that there is a bureaucracy there and navigating the system can be hard for some veterans, and sometimes they need some supplemental help in that area.
And I understand that, Brooke, because I have parents and family from Puerto Rico that served in the armed forces, and they utilize the Veterans Affairs. And you're right. Depending on different zones and different areas, you could see that there is a bureaucracy there. You could see that there is some room for improvement. The only thing is that, and again, Brooke, this jumps into the liberal meltdown that you and I spoke off the air. The thing of it is that the Democrats want to try and trivialize very serious issues that are occurring in our country, and I think they're intentionally trying to disconnect the American voters from the realities of what they were really voted to do. Don't you think that that's some of the talking points the liberals are going on right now?
You know, in regards to the VA, like I said, I would rather not hit on that too hard, but I would like to hit on the overall narrative that I think the left is pushing with identity politics in particular. You know, in Florida, when I'm there, the game is identity politics, and I'm starting to see it everywhere as I travel, and of course on the federal stage. I don't know if you vetted your listeners on my background, but I'm pretty open with who I am, and I'm also, just for your listeners, I'm no longer a representative of the Republican Party of Florida. I have been in the past, and I've held multiple positions within the Republican Party of Florida very proudly, but I'm no longer a representative of the party. But I am a very out lesbian Republican. And, you know, that has been a very interesting process to navigate, coming out, being a political operative, being a Republican political operative, but then also navigating the landscape that is the Democratic Party, the liberal media, the liberal left agenda. And not all liberals and not all Democrats are the same. So, you know, I'll give some grace there because I've worked in past elections, nonpartisan elections. I've worked very closely with some Democrats that really weren't that much different from me. But I think what you're really hitting on is just the extremist left that are the most vocal voices, like AOC, who unfortunately don't give the party that great of a name and don't give the ideology that great of a stance in the political arena. So, you know, if you would like to launch into that, I've got plenty of experience that we can talk about.
That is true. So going on that narrative, yes, Brooke, and I understand, and yes, I've told my listeners about you prior to this interview, and we're very proud that you're a conservative woman, gay within the community, and I understand that many Hispanics, many gays, many lesbians, many transgendered, many of those fall within the voting bloc of the Democratic Party. But we are changing that little by little. And yes, I do have Democrats that I work with because you know me. One of my pet peeves is statehood for Puerto Rico. So I have to work a lot across the aisle to try and get things done, which is sometimes like pulling teeth and trying to fix things without the right tools, but we continue to do it because we believe in those ideals. Now, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, she wants to kind of be the emblematic woman Latina that everybody wants to be, and I don't think so. I don't think as a Latino she represents my core values. I don't want things for free. I don't want to get rid of trains. I don't want to get rid of airplanes. I don't have a problem with cows in open pasture, you know, doing their business. But, you know, so much outlandish ideas is not, I don't think that's what the people voted her in there. Again, she's from New York. And again, I could be wrong, but I don't think she'll survive come 2020. I hope she doesn't. You know, I hope somebody else knocks her off.
Sure. To speak to that, you know, I think that there is a chance that she could get reelected. I don't think that would be best for her constituents or the American people. But I will say that the woman has incredible branding, and it's almost hat tilt to pop culture, and having an energetic branding campaign that translates well into the grassroots, that's outside of the traditional political branding that we typically see. So I do have to give it to her and her campaign, and we've seen that some in Florida. Anna Kamani's campaign, for example, did an incredible job. I have to give it to her. Did an incredible job with branding and grassroots organization that I saw working in Orange County in the last mayoral campaign that I worked on. You know, it's a different aesthetic and a different energy that people are drawn to, but does that translate well into representing constituents? No. Does it translate well into representing her party? Unfortunately, I don't believe so, considering she got 0 votes on her Green New Deal. And now I don't know all the details of that bill, but, you know, I mean, it's pretty obvious between that, things like Amazon, you know, going against Amazon as a great corporation that provides a lot of jobs. And I know that there's some, you know, there's some interest in the tax structure that Amazon falls under. But, you know, going back to my conservative values, I am all for economic development and bringing in jobs for people, organically bringing in jobs. And if you can't organically grow and have that sort of corporation develop and incubate within your local economy, then bring them in, give them incentive to come and provide those good quality jobs that people need. As you know, in Orange County, there's not a quantity of jobs issue, there's a quality of jobs issue in Orange County. It's a very low wage economy. So when you consider things like that and what happens at the very local level, that puts food in people's mouths and money in people's pockets, I have to wonder where she's getting her ideas from and how she thinks she's going to effectively serve her constituency.
Well, then again, you have to remember, she wants everybody, if people don't work, well, they're going to get some money. If you want free education, you want free education. If you want X or Y things, she's going to give it to you. We saw that with Gilliam. We saw that with the gubernatorial race here. He gave out almost the bathroom sink, and he was very close to an upset. It was good. It was the good grassroots works that you and I put in the ground that avoided that debacle. You know, so
it was a really great election day operation. That I actually was the statewide election day operations director during that time for the party, and we had representation from the Scott campaign, who had an election day operations director, as did the Ron DeSantis campaign, and it really was a well-organized three-headed monster that was put together. And I have to hand it to all of the legal representation we had on the ground, all the grassroots individuals who got out and literally manually hand counted votes. You know, I sat and manually hand counted votes in Orange County and looked over, you know, for stray marks. And, you know, it was just a really well done operation. But, you know, you have to lay the foundation to get the votes in the first place. Exactly. Otherwise, you can't have a recount go your way. So, you know, the party, I think, did an incredible job of organizing, but it does concern me for the state of affairs in Florida, how close that election was with the sort of leadership that was representative of the Democratic Party.
Exactly. It was too close to be to hopefully we could send the education, and we sent we put in place educations and teachings of candidates, how to fundraise, and we have to start that at a local level. And I think OCREC is starting to do the right things. At least in my community, in the Latino community, they're going to have a huge presence in the Puerto Rican Day Parade. We are going to be working with OCREC to do a lot of things in other communities and make sure we have that education in that grassroots groundwork set up from now towards 2020, because it's very, very, very important. And another thing is that we have to make sure we start educating people here in the United States, at least in Florida, that Puerto Rico has to become a state. Florida and Puerto Rico has history. I am so sorry of people that don't know this, but Juan Ponce de Leon did not leave from Spain. He left from San Juan Bautista, which was in Ponce. It was in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and he went all the way down to Ponce. He refueled in Ponce, my hometown, and then he took off towards what is known La Florida. So that is something that we have to do. We have to kind of take the stigma of one group, little by little, chip away at that stigma that they represent. The Democrats represent either one or other group, and educate them and all that. Brooke, I know that you're busy, so I just want to count. Are you coming back to Florida?
I am coming back to Florida. This is a temporary assignment that I'm pleased to be working on, but I will be coming back, and I'll be, popping in and out, traveling here and there as I gain new nonprofit clients. But for the most part, yes, my home base is Florida, and I'll be there. But JJ, to speak to your last point on slowly chipping away, at the Democratic Party and narrative in reference to identity politics. I mean, I come from the LGBTQ plus community, and as a member of that community, I don't shy away from it as some conservative gays do. A lot of conservative gays, and I think with good reason, try to disassociate with the LGBTQ community as a whole, because we just don't think that the extremist voices are representative of our values, and their strong association with the Democratic Party is not clearly representative of who we all are as Americans and as individuals. And so, I think that it's important to have the hard discussion, whether we like them or not, about where our differences lie and where we can come together, because I know so many gay Republicans that whisper in my ear, hey, I voted for Trump, or hey, I voted for this elected official, that elected official, or I get phone calls around election time. Hey, Brooke, I'm a Democrat, but I'm looking at these people on the ticket, and I don't really agree with them. I'm thinking about voting. I had someone tell me I'm thinking about voting for Marco Rubio, that because of his strong faith and his association with the Republican Party, they're scared about voting for him. Why would you vote for Marco Rubio? Yet the liberal media does a very poor job at showcasing what these elected officials, are doing on the local level, and showcasing where they're actually relatively moderate. In the case of Marco, and I'm not a representative of his campaign or anything like that, but I remember when Pulse happened, Marco went to a convention where he was protested for being in the same room with people who stand for traditional marriage. They're a group of pastors, and they stand firm for traditional marriage. But just because he goes there doesn't mean that he hates gay people, and just because he stands for traditional marriage doesn't mean that he hates gay people. He actually went and rallied those pastors for the LGBT community in the sense of saying, we have to embrace our brothers and sisters in a community that's hurting right now because it's the right thing to do because we're Christians. Exactly. So if an elected official like Marco Rubio, who has a very strong voter bloc that is, ultra-conservative Christian, who may not agree with the lifestyle of members of the LGBTQ community, but he's willing to spend that political capital to go and say, let's make sure that we're loving these people the right way, the way Christ would. I mean, the community has to at least acknowledge that, and it's been a source of frustration of mine and something that I talk about very often, that we don't give people the due credit that they deserve when they actually do step out and try to give at least a neutral stance for the community to engage with the Republican Party and engage with them as elected officials.
And I agree with you, and I do, and not only for your community, the Latino community. There are many other instances where we have to try and find a really good solution to be able to incorporate these situations and these problems. Because yes, I do believe in a traditional marriage between a man and a woman, but I do understand, and I have to understand, being a Catholic, that we have to be open to the love and understanding of other people that want to unite in love, and they want to raise a family, and they want to be a part of the community. We have to find some sort of a way to integrate this and make this happen. As again, your fight is as common denominator as my fight of making Puerto Rico and making 3.3 American citizens move from second-class citizenship to full citizenship within the United States. The same thing needs to be done with the gay community. And sorry, I know that it's a little bit longer, but I'm a little bit winded today, so yeah, I'm under the weather, so I'm just sticking with one word. But
That's okay, man. Don't worry about it. I get confused sometimes too.
So I
don't know what it all means.
Lesbian, gay, transgendered, so yeah, it's kind of like a mouthful.
We're questioning. Once you get past the plus, I start to wonder, and it's a debacle. Anyways, but anyway,
we do have to try to chip away and make sure that your community, as well as the Latino community, as any other communities that represent the United States of America, be a part of the Republican Party, and that is through education, be it from Central Florida, and my show broadcasts out of Central Florida, but it goes out into the world, and we need people like you to keep on bringing the message forward. And I applaud you, Brooke, because I've seen you. You've been, ever since I've met you, you've been growing, and you've been learning, and you've been understanding, but you've been firm on your points. And I also congratulate you, because now you are joining us communicators, and you have your own podcast, right?
Yes, I do. I'm very excited about it.
I heard the first episode, and I am very, very impressed, Brooke. You struck some very important chords, and I am looking forward to listening to your podcast in the next episodes. And hopefully, you even give me the permission to use a couple of seconds of your podcast in my show when I want to make some points, because only by peer review we could validate our points. And if you are hitting in some points that I need validation on, I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I got my friend Brooke here. She's doing this podcast. Listen to what she says. Well, it's correct. I said it before. She said it, So, it's a way of validation into one. So tell me, Brooke, what made you want to start this podcast?
So really, today's discussion is a lot of the reason why I wanted to start the podcast. So we're talking about basically differences in ideology, the extremist voices. Are they actually representative of the American people? Are there other things that maybe we should be focusing on? Where can we actually build bridges? Who are the future leaders of America? What do they look like? Well, I can tell you that a lot of your future leaders are picked by operatives. Mm-hmm. We are the ones who are on the ground getting these folks elected. And what I would love to see is an opportunity to help mentor and develop young operatives in a very ethical way, and kind of get them out of the Shark Tank and just do what they do based on passion, service, all of the things that we hold near and dear, that the altruistic reasons why we get into operative work in the first place before, we eventually maybe get jaded by the overall process. I want to have an outlet for them to go and listen and pick up great tips of the trade. Mm-hmm. I want to talk about identity politics, where we can build bridges and have discourse and be representative of multiple communities without all of the division. I want to talk about business development and working with nonprofit organizations who are doing great things in a very grassroots way, which, that's my background. I'm an operative by trade that focuses on grassroots organizing. Mm-hmm. And my experience in that has shown me, especially at the local level, the power of community coming together that can't be legislated into action by a single elected official or even by a legislature. So, I'm really excited to have those unique discussions that I just don't think are being had right now, and really offer people a safe place to come and engage in a community that is more focused on discourse and problem solving and actual operative work than just sitting on their hands, yelling on social media and perpetuating division and extremism. So here we are.
Fantastic. Well, Brooke, one thing that my audience would like to know, how can they tune in to your podcast?
I am on SoundCloud. I just got on Stitch, which is an Android platform, and I am in the process of being approved through iTunes. So hopefully that will be up soon. A website is in the works, but it's not up yet. So right now, I would say probably go to SoundCloud and look up Operative Life. Mm-hmm. It's all one word.
So it's Operative Life, right? All one word.
Correct.
Okay.
All one word.
Well, we do recommend that you go check out Brooke's podcast, Operative Life. It is very interesting. I've seen the first couple of episodes in SoundCloud. I tell you, it's illuminating, and she has a really good voice, and we wish you the best. Well, Brooke, I'm going to let you go. I am so grateful that you've been with me in my show. I hope that you could be with me in person when you come down to Florida, or at least again over the phone, and I hope you feel much better. And please continue doing the great work you're doing with your podcast. Forget about the detractors, forget about the haters. This is a great service that you're doing. Keep on doing it, my dear friend, and with much love and respect. You know that I love you like a sister from another mother, and you know that we have different fights, but we're fighting for the same thing, making sure that there's equality for our groups. So that's what we need. We needed that, okay, dear.
Thank you so much.
I love you. Take care.
Thanks for the opportunity.
All
right. Have a great day, y'all. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
All right. Bueno, mi gente, esa era Brooke Renney. Ella es operativa del Partido Republicano. Tiene su propio podcast, Operative Life. Y básicamente, pues, vayan a SoundCloud y busquen Operative Life. Ella habla en inglés, so busca un diccionario, trate de buscarlo y vamos a ver qué pasa. Anyway, ahora vamos a ir con Mr. Héctor Travieso, que siempre le está tirando a los Castro. Vamos a ver qué dice ahora. Espérate, que esto es importantísimo para las personas que tienen negocios allá. Vamos a ver qué dice Mr. Héctor Travieso, que desde que dejó la Comay se está oponiendo más en Facebook y en Facebook. Vamos a ver si él sale con su propio programa. Aquí está el señor Héctor Travieso. Vamos a ver qué pasa.
Están ahí solamente para desearles un feliz fin de semana y, valga la redundancia, de la Semana Mayor, Semana Santa. Disfruten, coman, besen su palito, pero acuérdense.
Ese era de Semana Santa.
Más de 20 años estuvo aguantada. Escuchen bien. Una disposición de la ley Helms-Burton en su título 3, que permitía que todo dueño original de activos en Cuba pudiera demandar en Estados Unidos, en los tribunales americanos, a individuos o a corporaciones que estuvieran hoy en día operando en esas facilidades que no son de ellos. Esas facilidades fueron confiscadas a sus legítimos dueños en 1960 por el asqueroso y asesino y genocida régimen comunista de los hermanos Castro. Entiéndase que eso le pertenecía a cubanos y le pertenecía a norteamericanos y de otros países, pero que tenían los papeles que sustentaban que eran los dueños legítimos, la propiedad, y se lo robaron todo. hoteles, edificios, centrales azucareras, fábricas de todo tipo, antiguas y lujosas estructuras donde ubicaban tiendas, clubes nocturnos como el Tropicana, como el dichoso Tropicana, incluyendo terrenos agrícolas, que Cuba es enorme y estamos hablando de cientos y cientos y cientos de miles y miles y miles de cuerdas de terreno, hasta negocios chiquititos y pequeños como el que le quitaron a mis padres, ¿ok? Así que estas personas, estas corporaciones o individuos que radican en Europa, sabiendo que esto fue robado a sus legítimos dueños, se lucran, se echan dinero en el bolsillo, se han hecho millonarios haciendo negocios en Cuba. Así que de ahora en adelante, con la apertura de este título 3 de la ley Helms-Burton, gente de Canadá, gente de México, gente de España sobre todo, van a empezar a recibir demanditas que se van a ver en Estados Unidos y hasta en Europa. Ok, porque no se puede traficar con lo que no es de usted. Entiéndase que a los Merinos, a García Comercial, a los Serrayés, a la Goya, le quitaran todo, el gobierno se lo confiscara todo y que vinieran gente de Chile, de Ecuador, de Perú a hacer negocio aquí. No, tú no puedes hacer eso. Asquerosos comunistas, los van a demandar. Se acabó el evento. Eso es para que sigan yendo a Cuba. Eso es para que sigan pensando en hacer negocios con Cuba. Gracias al gobierno de Donald Trump con todo lo que lo critiquen. Odio al comunista.
Bueno, ahí está el señor Héctor Travieso hablando sobre los negocios que hacen las compañías foráneas en Cuba. Las compañías extranjeras ahora van a tener un bullseye en la espalda, porque si tramitan negocios con el gobierno cubano, las personas pueden someter demandas en contra de ellos en los Estados Unidos. Así que mira, por más que pueden criticar a las teorías de Donald Trump, él está haciendo las cosas correctas. Él está haciendo el trabajo que el pueblo americano lo eligió. Y con todo eso que le tiran fango, que le tiran estiércol, que le tiran tantas cosas, que no procede. No procede nunca, no procede en nada. Porque es que mira lo que pasó con el Mueller Report. Se lo están dejando en las manos de los demócratas en el Congreso, en la Cámara de Representantes. Saben que no tienen para hacer el impeachment. Y mira, hasta Fox News, mira lo que dice Fox News. Oigan esto de Fox News para que ustedes vean lo que está pasando.
That this is a relief, that this is as far as the Mueller report went, and not buying the impeachment talk. What do you think?
I'm not buying the impeachment talk either. I think it's mostly for political points, because if you really look at what that would do, it could maybe not even get through the House, and it would certainly not get through the Senate. And just like it did when Republicans did this to Bill Clinton, I think it would make President Trump more popular. It would make them look petty, and it would make President Trump look more like a victim and a sympathetic figure. So I think that they know that. They must know that. I don't think they're complete morons. I think that they are able to realize simple facts and history. So I really think that they're just trying to drum up support among their base, which I think it is effective in that way. I think that other Democrats, especially people who are further left, do like to hear that.
Well, you know, if you look at it, Dave, right now, the markets don't seem to think this is going to be a worry. Now, they could be wrong, and markets sometimes miss something here, but what do you say?
Well, look at the markets did in 1998 when they did impeach a president. The market shrugged that off as well. I think I agree with everything Kat said. I would just add, I think it's worse. Because remember, Bill Clinton had already been reelected. So it hurt the Republicans with that Senate election in 1998. But the fact of the matter is that this ridiculous idea of impeachment going into Trump's reelection, they could not possibly do a bigger favor
as well. I don't know how you feel, but I think the economic environment, market environment does count for something. And I think the markets, Republican bastion though they are, they didn't like it when Bill Clinton was in trouble and the possibility that he might go. The environment is similarly strong today, right?
The fact is it's not strong. It's strong for investors. It's strong for corporations. It's strong for those that have real money, for the elites. If you look at if you look at the real buying,
were they just the elites back then?
I mean, the fact is, right now, what you have is a real loss of buying power among the people who he's looking to gain votes from. When you have a minimum wage that hasn't...
Are you saying that the rally that Bill Clinton was experiencing was any different than the rally that this one is?
I'm saying that real wages haven't increased in buying power in 40 years.
Is the environment good enough to sustain this president?
No.
That I don't agree with that. I think that people care a lot more about what's in their pockets than they care about the Russia investigation. The economy is doing well. It's a fact that we have very, very low unemployment as well.
I don't want to play politics, but see, you left at that.
But
do you think that we have the same kind of stagnation or even worse than when Barack Obama was president? Because I can tell you statistically, it's better.
But when you consistently talk about the unemployment numbers, it's important to look at what kind of jobs are going up. And when you consistently see that minimum wage jobs are going up and the people that are really getting wage increases are at the top 1% and 2%, we know who this economy is.
Help me with this. Yeah, I see record low.
I would like to agree with
every key demographic. What do you say?
I would like to agree with him if it were factually true. This isn't a disagreement of opinion. It's a disagreement of fact. All 10 deciles have experienced wage growth.
But wage stagnation is not wage stagnation.
3.4% wage growth, the highest we've had in for a decade.
And it's all among the 1%.
No, that isn't true.
It is actually.
It's all 10 deciles are experiencing the highest wage growth.
Latinos, women,
that's empirically.
all demographics, the record low unemployment level. Now, I'm not here to kiss anyone's hiney. I'm just telling you the fact of the matter.
Como dicen los comentaristas de Fox, que no le quieren besar el fundillo a nadie, pero es la verdad. Dentro de la economía americana, tú sabes, hemos visto las altas y bajas, pero hemos visto las altas en estas temporadas. Mira, la economía está mejor. El desempleo ante los latinos y los los negritos está bajo. ¿Okay? La economía está pujante. Según los problemas que tienen los Estados Unidos, y dice que es problema de Trump y culpa de Trump con China, todavía la economía está pujante. ¿Okay? Los otros días yo estaba tratando de ver cuánto costaba una Vespa o una de estas motoritas que dicen, y el muchacho me dice, no, yo no me estoy especializando en vender motoras de estas motoritas nuevas porque por culpa de Trump las motoras están muy caras. Ok, y yo le vengo y le digo, no hay un suplidor americano. ¿Entiendes? Hay estos mercados niche que están a la merced de mercados extranjeros que no viene un americano a llenarlo. 1, 2. Otra de las cosas que dice la muchacha que es comentarista de Heritage International, Helen Tiff, que dice que lo que es el impeachment, acusar al presidente Donald Trump de lo que pasó en the Mueller Report, y tratar de llevarlo a juicio a través del Congreso, puede ser un tiro que le salga por la culata a los demócratas, y ella explica que puede hacer que los demócratas se vean como los malos y Trump como la víctima. Y eso ahora mismo Nancy Pelosi quiere evitar eso de hablar de impeachment. Si ustedes han escuchado a Nancy Pelosi en los últimos días, ustedes van a entender que ella no quiere hablar de impeachment. No quiere hablar de un proceso legal en el Congreso de los Estados Unidos en contra del presidente porque les va a salir el tiro por la culata. Y vuelvo y les digo, ustedes escucharon esto de mí hace meses atrás. Bueno, válgame Dios, yo creo que hasta desde cuando empezó el Mueller Report, la investigación de Mueller, porque lo dice bien claramente el reporte. Aunque los demócratas digan que no lo exonera, es que no hubo ninguna no compete y no hay la evidencia posible para poder proseguir esta investigación criminal a un sometimiento de un impeachment al presidente de los Estados Unidos. No lo va a pasar en el sedazo ahora que lo controlan los demócratas en la Cámara de Representantes. Yo dudo mucho que eso pase. En el Senado americano, eso no va a dar pie con bola. Los senadores americanos pro-republicanos y republicanos no van a darle el sedazo a una convicción criminal al presidente de los Estados Unidos. No lo van a hacer un proceso de impeachment. No lo van a hacer. ¿Sabes? Yo creo que Nancy Pelosi está buscando un punto medio. Y eso va a ser la debacle del Partido Demócrata en las elecciones del 2020. Mucha gente me dice que Donald Trump no va a ganar, pero es que tú no has presentado las debilidades como las presentó las debilidades de Barack Obama, que causaron que Trump ganara las elecciones. O si miramos cómo el papá de Bush hizo las debacles políticas que hicieron que Bill Clinton ganara las elecciones. Subsiguiente, Bob Dole, cuando perdió con Bill Clinton la segunda vez. ¿Ok? Y después, la debacle de Bill Clinton con George Bush. ¿Ve? Siempre hay unos patrones en los ciclos eleccionarios que dan a entender que hay posibilidad de que pierda. Creo yo que en la historia eleccionaria, las elecciones más cerca fue la de Mitt Romney con el segundo término de Barack Obama, que Mitt Romney, aunque perdió, sacó los votos mayoritarios de cualquier candidato republicano que había perdido en esa época. Después vino Trump y borró todo porque ganó. Pero podemos decir que Mitt Romney, la elección de Mitt Romney con Barack Obama fue nuestro equivalente a la de Hillary Clinton con Donald Trump. Porque sin tanta violencia. Porque los republicanos sí gritaron, pegaron el brinco, saltaron, formaron el Tea Party. Y ahí fue que el movimiento sentó cimientos para lo que se conoce que fue la debacle de Hillary Clinton en frente de Donald Trump. Porque Donald Trump vino de izquierda. Vuelvo y le digo a todo el mundo. Desde las primeras indicaciones que Donald Trump se iba a lanzar para la presidencia de los Estados Unidos, todas las personas, tanto de izquierda como de derecha, decían que él no iba a ganar. Mi gente, ese es el paradigma. Hablan tanto del paradigma de los políticos. Y Trump rompió el molde. Es más, en estos próximos 4 años, Trump ha dado una cátedra de cómo correr una campaña política y la presidencia. Critíquenle como lo quieren criticar. Ahora, en el 2020 va a dar otra cátedra de cómo ser reelecto y correr la nación por los próximos 4 años. Porque vuelvo y digo, estas son mis predicciones. Yo no sé si vaya a salir de verdad o no, pero vamos a jugar a la bolita de cristal. Los demócratas van a perder la Cámara de Representantes. Ahora, que Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez pierda su escaño, I really don't know. I think AOC may still retain her seat. There is a Republican that is running against her. We will see if we could get her on the show. But we do feel that the predictions is that the House of Representatives will return to the control of the Republican Party. Donald Trump will retain the Senate, and Donald Trump will retain the presidency of the United States. So he's going to have, at the beginning of 2020, again, the majority mandate of the people of the United States. But he learned his lessons from the midterms. So it's up to him to prove to the American public and set the basis for 2024 for another Republican to win the presidency of the United States. Because unfortunately, with the stagnation and the opposition of the Democratic Party, the people of the United States, the voter base, is already in tune to what the Democrats want. The Democrats don't want to serve the American people. They want to serve their own interests. Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez already proven that. Ilhan Omar already proved that. Even Nancy Pelosi. Believe me, I think I even predict this, that after the 2020 election, when she loses the gavel again, she'll retire. She won't seek re-election anymore. So, let me write that one down. Nancy Pelosi is not seeking re-election. I gotta check these predictions when election time passes. See what happens. Pero la cuestión es que nosotros no podemos dejar la guardia como republicanos y conservadores latinos. No podemos dejar la guardia baja. Tenemos que seguir chequeando con nuestros vecinos, con nuestras amistades. Hay que organizar las iglesias. Por cierto, tengo que hacer una notita para traer a Gary Berríos otra vez acá, a ver qué está pasando con las iglesias. El verano es una cuestión que estamos tratando de hacer vacaciones y pronto los nenes van a salir de la escuela. Pero es el momento de sentar las campañas correctas. Okay. Prontamente vamos a tener unas cosas bien chéveres aquí en Listen to Me. Vamos a tener unos debates. Voy a ver si traigo unos nuevos amigos que están, tenemos unos proyectos pendientes, así que quiero saludar a la gente de Radio PM 24/7, que vamos a traer un programa secular hacia ese evento. No se quiten, porque radiount.net pues tiene su música y su establecimiento y su movimiento. Pero después de casi 12, 13 años de estar fuera del aire, regresa el programa cómico con DJ Rajatabla, My Other Altered Ego. Y Rafael Sato, se llama Sábado en la Noche, así que estén pendientes. Para la gente que me están viendo en Facebook, estén pendientes que vamos a traer información sobre eso. Bohemia 3 fue muy bueno. Lamentablemente, debido a accidentes, el tiempo, como es la diáspora de Orlando, Florida, no fue un lleno total, pero mira, no fue gran cosa, porque gozamos, brincamos, saltamos, hicimos de reír. Y vamos a mejorar el producto. Así que para Bohemia 4 tienen que estar apuntándose, porque vamos a tener mucha diversión. Creo que vamos a tener Bohemia 4 y Bohemia 5, que va a ser cerca de las Navidades. Así que esas van a tener temáticas navideñas por ahí. Pero vamos a hacer las cosas con mucho ahínco y mucho afán para anunciar las cosas a través de Radio UNT y otros media partners que van a estar por ahí en eso. Así que estén pendientes. Tengo unas noticias para la semana que viene. Tengo unas noticias sobre lucha libre que va a haber en Winter Park. También vamos a traer gente de ese campo de lucha libre. Nos vamos a entrar en lo que se llama Sports Entertainment un poquito más. La reina de Flow Cantoso. Para la semana que viene vamos a tener unos excerpts de cómo ella cantó. Diamond Valentina, tremenda reina. Está brutal la nena. La reina concedió entrevistas, o vamos a tratar de sacar esas entrevistas para la semana que viene para que ustedes gocen. La semana que viene vamos a tener una combinación más menos de política, porque hay que darle un poquito de descanso. En el verano de este año vamos a darle un poquito de descanso a lo que es la política y todo eso, aunque Trump siempre da de qué hablar, pero vamos a estar tratando de proyectar cositas chéveres, hablar cositas nice. Y mira, tenemos unas cosas, así que si ustedes quieren regalos o quieren estar en la lista VIP, por favor dejen un comentario positivo tanto en Facebook como en YouTube. BBN Info es el tagline. Conozca el código y acuérdate que nosotros estamos en la internet. Esta es una señal que nunca se va. Te puedes ir para Jayuya y nos escucha. Puedes irte para Houston y nos escucha. Puedes irte de Orlando hacia Daytona y nos escucha. Y mira, si me estás diciendo, porque mucha gente me está diciendo, Miguel, tú sabes que hay muchos carros que no tienen para oír el Bluetooth tú sabes, para oír la emisora por el teléfono, por eso. Pues ya encontré un adapter que por 25 pesos tú lo juqueas y es como un FM transmitter y conecta, puedes escuchar Radio UNT, puedes escucharla a nosotros. Tacho, ¿qué más información te voy a traer? Voy a traer el aparatito el próximo martes para que ustedes lo vean. Así que si ustedes tienen un modelo de carro que no conecta el Bluetooth a la radio, pues yo tengo, te puedo dar el juqueo para eso. A mi hermano Albert King, perdón, te robé la palabrita de juquear, pero don't worry, I'll pay you the dividends. Anyway, acuérdense que vamos a estar dando unas rifas, tenemos unos regalitos, tenemos unas cositas, así que desde el verano vamos a estar aquí en Listen to Me, tu programa nominado para los Paola Awards, ganador de los Sacro Imperio Awards. Es la temporada nueva de los Sacro Imperio, vamos a ver qué hacemos. Hay muchas cosas para estar pendientes, así que mijo, mija, dejen sus comentarios, dejen sus, asegúrense de dejar sus nombres, dejen su comentario en Facebook, dejen su comentario en YouTube, dejen su comentario ahora, conéctense y hablen con nosotros aquí en Radio UNT. Next week we're going to be talking about different events, giveaways that we're going to be doing. We're going to be flashing some numbers in the screen, and if you write them down and send them as a comment, you can win valuable prizes, t-shirts, hats, pre-tickets to Bohemia 4 and 5. That is really cool, and it was really, really funny. So anyway, mi gente, acuérdense que los liberales siempre van a decir que tú estás mal. Listen to Me es la cura a la problemática de los liberales. I am JJ Rodriguez. We're going to cut a little bit early today because we have some other things to do and we got to do some stuff. So I love you guys. See you next Tuesday. Nos vemos. Ciao. See you.